When you talk about branding, a lot of times you think of products in stores, but we're in the 21st century and a lot of those products are digital. Today, we're going to talk all about it. Hey, get ready to talk like a brand and live your best brand life. I'm Peachi Williams, your brand voice builder. So hi, I have Leslie Lowery here with me today. Hi, Leslie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I am so happy that you accepted our invitation. So welcome to Talk Like a Brand. So today we're going to be talking about what Leslie does. And Leslie is one of those people where she has learned the power of the pivot. And she had one business and it has now blossomed into something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But in all things, she had to recognize her target audiences and how that affected her brand. And I want people to know it's okay to pivot. Sometimes it's necessary. And so let's get into it. Leslie, tell us about how you started your pivoting and why you started to pivot.
My journey to where I am right now, I wouldn't say it was a lot of, like valleys, or I kind of feel like it was kind of a progression, if you will, if that makes sense. And it's been good because it's kind of helped me to learn how to navigate this digital space because it's a lot. I'm sure,
It is.
So in 2018, God actually told me to start a blog, and I had no digital footprint, if you will. Like, I had no idea. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. And so when he told me to start this blog, I'd heard about blogs, I'd read blogs before, but it was never something that I thought that I would ever do, and never thought I'd have a website and all those type of things. So I started this blog, and it was about motherhood, marriage, and ministry. I had a lot to learn. Like, tech-wise, I've never been a techie person, but when you get kind of like, when you're thrown into that space, you have to figure it out,
Absolutely.
to be able to sustain it. So I learned a lot. It took a while, but I figured things out. And in that process, I fell in love with Canva. I had no idea what Canva was. And I'm sure many of you know now, it is a graphic design tool for the non-graphic designer. It's so simple to use. And most people who start to use it just fall in love with it. It's so much easier than, going out and hiring a designer, especially when you're a solopreneur. You're doing all the things by yourself. So I needed to start creating blog graphics. And so I first tried to use PicMonkey and wasn't interested in that. But when I found Canva, I was like, okay, I think I can figure this out. And I've never saw myself as a creative person. But for some reason, Canva brought the creativity out of me.
Let me stop you right there, ma'am. Stop it. Cut it out. This woman is so creative. And so maybe that was part of her journey. So for it to be pulled out of her, because the designs that she makes on her digital products are amazing. Listen, I am a creative. I'm a creative and I can do some stuff, but Leslie, she brings the heat. She brings the heat. So when she says, "Oh, I wasn't a designer," all that, okay, we're gonna totally disregard that.
I'm serious. Like, all my life, it's been my sister and my mom who are the creative ones. I had no interest in creativity. My mom taught my sister how to sew. They used to make all these different projects. They can make anything grow, plants. Like, my sister could draw from a young age. She loves to paint. I mean, she even works with like resin. Anything she sees, I like that outfit. She can sew it, she can make it. Never been my story. Just no. And so when I found Canva, I was like, okay, well, of course I understand computers to a degree. I didn't think I was very techie, but it's a computer. So just to be able to find that I could navigate that and create beauty visually, I was like, wow, this is really cool. So maybe I am creative. At first, it was kind of like, okay, now this is kind of therapeutic because this is fun to do. As time went on, I started to see, like, I can actually use this to create an income for myself. Like, I can go from the blog to starting my own digital product business, as what it is now, but my own graphic design business. And so that's where Leslie Carissa came from. And that's where I started to do Canva graphic design for people and just really just kept working in it. And then, in my opinion, the next progression was to digital products. And so now I'm at Mommy Money. That's where I am teaching other moms, because I am a stay-at-home mom, how to create digital products with the knowledge that they know and using Canva. For me, it's been like a really nice progression, and I'm just excited to see what's going to unfold next.
Well, you have been doing amazing. You guys need to see that website, mommymoney.co. When it comes to when I look at your brand,
Mm-hmm.
the way that you have positioned yourself, how you pivoted, you started in at one spot and you have grown to another. The one thing that stood out to me was your authenticity. And I tell everybody all the time, when you're branding, you need to be human, but you need to
Mm-hmm.
be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You also need to be very succinct. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be all over the place. And that's one of the things that I can appreciate, because you were very succinct in everything that you were doing. And you may have felt like you were doing touch and go, but you applied the concepts that you learned
Mm-hmm.
from wherever and utilized them the best way that you could, so that you are developing a cohesive brand.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows in everything that you do. It shows in the way that you design things. You don't have one thing looking this way and another thing looking that way. And that's on the creative side. A lot of times people start their businesses from the creative side. And I think that's something that you did, because a lot of times people don't have that foundational knowledge of knowing creative comes second. Foundation comes first.
You know.
But the simple fact that you wanted cohesive
Mm-hmm.
and visually appealing brand, something that looked so professional that you could be viewed as a major company out of the gate is commendable. It's totally commendable. And a lot of times people, they don't realize that presentation is everything. Even if you don't really know what you're doing or how you're doing it, presentation is everything. If your aesthetic is on point, you will have a better chance of eyes getting on your product, as opposed to somebody with stuff all over the place. Because when it's not aesthetically pleasing, 9 times out of 10, the content that you're delivering is also all over the place. So
absolutely,
that's to be commendable. So Mommy Money sells digital products. What types of digital products does Mommy Money sell? And how do you feel like it's going to continue being a trend, digital products, in terms of, because everybody's online? Do you think that this is a growing trend?
Absolutely. Well, first, Mommy Money, I create ebooks, workbooks, basically anything that you can think of, in Canva, planners, things of that nature, and courses as well, to be able to teach other moms how to do these things. So basically, if you're a mom and maybe in your former life, if you're a stay-at-home mom in your former life, your corporate life, maybe you worked in finance, I want to be able to show you how to take that information that you learned in that previous job in the finance world and apply it to, ebooks or workbooks, so that you can add planners and things of that nature, budget spreadsheets, things like that we need as moms. We need those budget spreadsheets. We need those meal planners. We need our daily planners and things like that. These are things that are easily created in Canva. And I want to show moms that it's not that difficult to be able to make money at home. Like, you don't have to go back to that 9 to 5. I never want to go back to a 9 to 5. So if I can help other moms to be able to do that, I just feel like it's empowering for me and for other moms. Now, as far as digital products being a trend, absolutely, but a trend that I don't think is going to end. Like, usually trends are just here for a little while and then it's on to the next thing. But digital products, when I really thought about it, they have been around for a long time. It's just we didn't necessarily see the explosion of them. I would say maybe I'll go back as far as the last 5 years, but really a very big explosion of it, obviously during the pandemic, because things changed and people had to pivot. But when I think about it, way back in the days of like eBay, even Amazon, like, I realized I was buying ebooks, but I didn't realize how large the ebook industry really is. And now here we are. Right. And now here it is that almost everybody has an ebook of some sort that they've written. Being that the pandemic has come and there's such a change, it's like you don't have to worry about traditional publishing and things of that nature anymore. Anybody can make an ebook, a journal, a planner, anything on Canva and get it onto Amazon KDP. So it's not like it was before where you had to wait for somebody to give you a deal, or, you know what I mean? You can create your own digital product and put your stuff out there in this online business world and make your own name for yourself. You don't have to wait on traditional marketing. You got social media. It's just amazing, the resources that we have and the low cost resources that we have. So at this point, it's kind of like, hey, everybody should have a digital product. Even if it's not related to your level or your expertise, right? You can get on to Canva and create a children's coloring book in a couple of hours and put it up on Amazon KDP. It's not just it can be a business, it could be a hobby, it could be grocery money. It could be gas money at this point. You know what I mean? And we
Everybody
all
needs that gas
right,
money.
we need it now, right? Especially people in California. But like we all need these additional streams of income. And so do I think it's a trend? Yes, but I don't think that it's going anywhere. From what I understand, the digital product world is slated to make about $325 billion by 2027. Everybody at this point can jump into this thing. And I think that also we sometimes think that because we've seen, oh, everybody does an ebook or everybody's doing a course, but everybody doesn't have your course. They don't have your sauce, right? They don't have Peachi sauce when it comes to branding. Like they don't have Leslie sauce when it comes to Canva. So don't think that you can't make something just because you see it out there. You make it, you put your spin on it, and voila.
Absolutely. And I tell people that all the time. You can just walk down the aisle in the grocery store and you see all the different types of bread and all the different brands of bread. You know, you have wheat bread, you have white bread, you have artisan bread and all these other types of bread. And you have pumpernickel and all those different ones. And all those brands are making money.
They are.
You know, and it's the same thing with cars. You know, you have Hyundai and you have Volvo and you have Jaguar and you have Porsche, and they're all different type cars. Right. And so I tell people, this is one of the most important things about branding that I try and impress the people. You can have a paperclip, one paperclip that you pay 15 cents for, but you can have the paperclip that you pay 15 cents for, and you can have that same exact paperclip and pay $1,500 for it. And the difference is the brand journey that these brands took.
Yeah.
So the value that the $1,500 paper clip is much higher than the 15 cents paper clip, but they can be the exact same paper clip. And that's the power of branding. And that's the power of foundational branding, because brands who can do that, they weren't focused on the creative side first. They were focused on the foundational side. And so that's why it's just so important. So I appreciate you taking the time to pivot and then trying to get the foundational side in place in order to go higher, in order to reach your vision, you know, and the things that you're doing now, the building blocks are fulfilling your mission. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
So how can people get in touch with Mommy Money?
Well, so you can find me on Instagram at mommymoney.co. You can find me at my website, which is www.mommymoney.co. You can also find me on Facebook, the same, mommymoney.co. Hopefully TikTok soon, but you know, that's a whole nother world, right?
A whole nother world. It sure is. It sure is. It sure is.
Try to master one platform at a time, because it can be a lot. Yeah, that's where they can find me currently.
Okay. And so you also have a course in, you know, I tell people all the time, when it comes to digital products, Leslie is that. She has this real estate package that is amazing. So if you're in real estate, you might want to check her stuff out, but she's also developing some other wonderful, wonderful products. So, Miss Ma'am, can you tell us about your course?
Yes. So I am actually coming out with a Canva course. It's called Canva to Cash, and it is to help business owners, stay-at-home moms, to be able to create their own Canva bundle. Just like you said, the real estate marketing toolkit. It's a toolkit over like 250 Canva templates that I put together, social media graphics, presentations, Instagram stories. It's a lot of stuff. Business cards, all made in Canva. And it's to help someone who is, you know, perhaps just starting their real estate business to be able to really market their business cohesively, right? Like how you said, so everything looks like it's on brand. And so, yes, I made that package. And so the course is basically walking someone through the beginning to end of how to create that package and then go ahead and begin marketing it so they themselves can get some of this digital coin, right? They can
Canva
put it
to
on
cash,
there.
baby. Canva to cash.
Yeah.
And it's not just for moms, even though that's her target market. I want you guys, you know, any entrepreneur or solopreneur or however you are positioning yourself in the market, if you need design or you need templates to help you in your business, you can also be a part of this course, pretty sure. Be dropping the information in our groups about the Canva to Cash workshop. So I'm definitely looking forward to helping you get people in your Canva to Cash workshop. And I'm so happy that you stopped by Talk Like a Brand today.
Thank you. I'm so honored that you would have me on. This has been amazing. I'm so excited, not just for Canva to Cash, but for all of the branding goodness that you are putting out as well.
Well, thank you.
You are my brand expert, you know.
You are too kind. But so ladies and gentlemen, I want you to check out mommymoney.co when you get a chance, and check out Leslie and everything that she's doing. And we will get together again. This is not her last time being on our show. We'll get together again at another time, but I just wanted to introduce her to you, and we wanted to have a discussion on how you can pivot when you need to and still be successful. So until next time.